Thank you, Madam Speaker. To the bill.
To the bill.
Colleagues, about 25 years ago, yes, you heard that correctly, 25 years ago, I worked with other leaders in our area to start an early intervention program aimed at helping children who faced abuse. Through my work with that program and subsequent work on the Early Learning Council, Lane Early Learning Council, I became aware of the brain development research happening at the University of Oregon. It became increasingly clear to me during that time, and since joining the legislature, that if our children are going to succeed, we need to support them and their families early on. In front of us today are truly groundbreaking investments for our kids. I am so pleased that front and center in the Student Success Act is funding dedicated completely to early learning programs. What that means is full funding of early intervention, early childhood special education funds. And anybody that knows this program knows that we know what the results can be. We've just never fully invested in it. Funding to expand programs for families with children ages 0 to 6 who are at risk of abuse and neglect. An early childhood equity fund for culturally specific early learning programs provided by community-based organizations. Funding for Oregon's state companion to the federal Head Start program, serving students from families with incomes up to 100% of the federal poverty level. Professional development for early learning childhood educators. Funding for programs serving infants and toddlers under the age of 3, as well as pregnant women. Funding for Oregon's public preschool program that serves children and families earning up to 200% of the federal poverty level. This, colleagues, is an issue that touches every part of this state, urban and rural. Right now, too few kids have the access they need to early intervention programs that the Student Success will fund. According to the Children's Institute, in Oregon, 129,000 kids ages 0 to 5 live at or below 200% of the poverty level. Head Start is currently serving only 10% of our kids, while 30,000 kids have no access to these programs. Just 1 out of 10 eligible children are currently served by Early Head Start. For our most vulnerable kids, those living in poverty, access is rare. The state must do more to provide eligible children with access to have a proven return on investment for positive lifetime outcomes for these young people and their communities. We know from the research that early learning and intervention is vital for kids' future success and development. For the investments in our K-12 system to be successful, this piece of the Student Success Act is key. I strongly urge your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative.